because I just like ranked environment, and then
Mm-hmm.
started really grinding towards like April-ish. Um,
Okay. It's about a little over a year, like a year and a few
yeah.
months. Okay. What got you into it initially? Like, why Overwatch?
Uh, Honestly, I just started getting tired of. I used to play Fortnite, and that got
Mm-hmm.
really stale, and
Sure.
I needed a first-person shooter. And then my
Sure.
friend was like, "Yo, you should try this out." And I was
Okay.
like, "Sure." And at first, it was really overwhelming. I didn't like it because I usually just, shoot my gun or whatever. And then
Yeah.
I embraced all the hero aspects, and then it became like a ton of fun.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. I see at the time you're like plat diamondish or so.
Hmm.
Okay. What did your rank up like look like from your start of Overwatch over like the
Okay.
last year and a half?
I'll pull it up real quick. So season 10, just played soldier, and then got really bored of that on DPS, and then I switched to tank, played tank in season 10, and then a bit of season 11, and I was in like platish, and then season 11 I also started to switch to support, and then
Mm-hmm.
grinded support, and then so I was in like low plat and all. Can you hear that noise in the background? Just make sure it's not
Just
distracting.
barely. It's not a problem. It doesn't. It's
Okay,
not a
cool.
problem at all. Yeah.
So I got plat on all tank support and DPS, but mainly focusing on support. And then seasons 12, 13, and 14, I played a little bit every once in a while, and I finally hit Diamond 5 on DPS in season 14.
Mm-hmm.
And then season 15, I just wanted to get all the rules to Diamond just for fun, so I got to Diamond
Mm-hmm.
5 on everything.
Okay.
And then season 16 that was like right when I really started grinding DPS and when I started thinking about coaching and everything.
Yeah.
And season
Okay.
16, I had like 350 games played and hit Diamond 1 on DPS and didn't play
Okay.
any other role at all. And then currently mainly playing DPS, and I'm Diamond 3.
Okay. Okay. What kind of drove your hero pool? I guess like when you made different choices and swapped around tank, support, and damage. You kind of been everywhere. What kind of
Yeah.
has motivated those decisions as time has gone on?
So first, just starting with Overwatch, I just played soldiers because he was, very familiar with like Call of Duty background and stuff. And then I wanted to actually, like I said, embrace the hero differences and everything.
Yeah.
And so that's when I started experimenting, and I didn't really like the idea of what I thought how boring support was, because I assumed that it was just heal, 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 and I liked that tanks had a lot of health, and I could
Yeah.
do a good amount. And then so that was the tank, and I loved Sigma. I basically OTP'd Sigma.
Yeah.
Um, and then tank, the solo queue tank experience got to me, and that started being really, really not fun. And then I was like, well, DPS is boring, tank is boring, but this game's still fun. Let me try out support. And then I started borderline OTPing Ana, and that was a ton of fun. I just loved Ana.
Yeah.
And then so I really just played support for Ana, not even for support role, and
Yeah.
was having a ton of fun there.
I mean, it makes
And then
sense, right? It sounds like, coming from Fortnite, you already have played another first-person shooter at a relatively high level, and so the thing that makes Overwatch stand out are the unique heroes,
yeah,
and that's really kind of what's been driving you since then. It's just this character is fun. I'm not really a role player. I'm a hero player, right?
hmm
Would you say that's accurate?
it is until recently. When I had that little like couple seasons where I didn't play a ton, just kind of casually. Um, After I started wanting to get back into it, I really forced myself to learn Tracer,
Yeah.
and then was grinding her, and then now Freya. I've actually I'm a lot different than when I filled out the form, so that's
Sure.
gonna
Yeah.
be a
Fill me
bit
out.
outdated. But basically right now I just play probably like 60-70% when she doesn't get banned, 60 or 70% Freya, and then most of the rest is Tracer, and then a little bit of like
Mm-hmm.
a couple hit scans here and there, but mainly
Okay.
Freya and Tracer, just because I feel that they had the highest potential for me to do what I wanted to do, no matter what was going on around me. I feel like I had the most
Sure.
agency with those
Sure.
characters.
Do you still feel like that's the case now?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, sounds good. I like to improve tracer, micro, macro. Obviously, this has kind of changed, but I imagine the same kind of impressions
Hmm.
apply to Freya as well. Where are you at right now in terms of DPS? Is that what we're going to be looking at?
Yeah,
Okay,
DPS.
okay, sounds good. And where are you at with DPS?
Right now, I'm Diamond 3. I've been all around Diamond the past season and a half. It's been kind of a little bit discouraging just because I've been one win away from Masters 5 like several times,
Yep.
and then I don't hit it. and then I'll like drop down to Diamond 4 for no reason, seemingly no reason.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just
Okay.
in Diamond altogether.
Okay. I mean, you've plateaued a little bit, but obviously still progressing in Diamond's like really, really good. The question now is where do you feel like your shortcomings are? I mean, your forum talks a little bit about positioning, setups, mechanics are still something you're working on, blink management stuff. But where are you at now with both Freya and Tracer? Where do you feel like shortcomings? Where do you feel like your improvement could be coming from at this point?
For Tracer, I think it's just being more aware of what I need to do. I mean, that's very vague, but
No,
I
that's
mean
good.
that's also kind of one of the reasons I wanted to get this coaching system, which I wasn't 100% sure what I need to be doing.
Sure.
And then
That's
Freya,
fair.
I think the main thing is just knowing when to go for my cycles, but then also being okay with sitting main and maybe I need to be doing a bit more damage because
Yep.
sometimes I'm kind of going for those cycles, but then not doing anything in the downtime.
Yep, absolutely. Okay.
But
How about your approach to the game? Like your mentality, your practice routine, your just the general things.
so when I was really grinding, over the past couple months and in the summer mainly, just 'cause I had a lot more free time, I was um like I would be on 3 to 4 hours. Like I get good sleep, wake up, eat, take walk even because I've heard you talk about like food and digestion and everything. So really try to optimize all that and then just go into it with a positive mentality, try to improve. I try to think about what I want to improve upon and try to think about that during the match, but it can, I can get a bit distracted and then try to go for the win. And that's all I'm thinking about towards the end of the match. But I try to have a positive mentality and try to focus on only like a certain couple things.
Okay. How do you feel that you've done in terms of that approach, like in terms of your approach as a whole?
Okay, it's really easy for me to either forget what I'm working on or get caught up in the win and then really
Mm-hmm.
want to win and kind of just ignore the specific aspect I want to focus on. Um, that's just like, I mean, just mental laziness, but that's okay. I just need to work on that. And then,
Sure.
I mean, really just, I feel like I have a relatively positive outlook. I am not quite, like I still play, a couple hours a day. I'm not as, hard focused on it as I may have been the past couple months, but I still want to
Yep.
improve and I still want to, you know.
Do you feel like the way that you've approached the game in terms of not just like let's ignore your rank? Do you feel like you've kept a pretty healthy relationship with the game? Do you feel like do you like how you are as a competitor?
Mostly, yes.
Okay.
Some games or some days I'll be a bit down, but I mean that's only
Sure.
been a couple
That
times. So.
that's fine. That's fine. Okay. I don't really have any other questions from your forum. Do you have any other questions for me?
I don't think so.
Okay, sounds good. Let's go look at it here. If you want to shoot me a code or
Okay.
so, and we'll take a look here.
Let me just find it. I'll just copy and paste it.
Works for me.
So this is going to be a tracer VOD.
Okay. We looking at both? Or are we prioritizing Tracer or what?
Definitely one of each, and then
Okay.
if we have any other time, I'll figure
All right.
it out.
Let's do it then. Why this code in particular?
I just wasn't really sure what to do. I felt like a lot of the fights I was doing well, we were losing, and some of the fights I was doing nothing, we were winning.
Sure.
So I just wasn't really sure. And these games, I wasn't really focused on one particular thing. I kind of just wanted to play.
Just playing? Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Anything you've been working on in Tracer? Maybe not this game, but in general, recently.
Yeah, mainly your like principle with Tracer about like taking a lane and just playing like that instead of trying to like solely flank. I'm trying to get better at that. And then I try to work on blink management, but that's a very big thing and it'll come with time.
Yep. It's interesting here. Like you've kind of established yourself here, right? And this is pretty good so far. I think the big thing here is like your decision from this position, right? Like you've just heard Sleep Dart. You're on a corner. You've got coming up on 2 blinks and a recall. You probably need to take this duel.
Yeah,
right?
I don't really know why I didn't. Not gonna lie.
That's fine. We'll keep an eye on it. It's an odd decision, which just basically really hurts. Like you just don't do anything, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you just don't do really any damage, no distraction. Like even here, it's like we're at a point in time now where it's like, okay, well, what do I actually do here now? There's been a lot of tickling, right? There's been not been a lot of significant damage because everything's kind of been outside of your fall off range. And then as this fight has kind of grown complex, you've lost your lane, essentially.
Yeah.
So you don't really know what you're shooting anymore. You're just kind of hovering here, and so you get pincered, you get pushed, and you just haven't done much at all. Like, you could have pushed Tracer, we could have forced the Hazard from underneath, you could have taken this time to wrap around to go for the Ana instead. So it's like, as this fight has evolved, you've kind of ended up in the middle of things. So we'll just keep going here. I'm going to make some assumptions, because if you've done your homework, you probably have some pretty good ideas of what I'm talking about here. But obviously, if there's anything that you're not clear on, just let me know.
Okay. Sometimes I do kind of get caught in no man's land. I don't really know. I think I'm just not thinking enough of what I need to be doing, and then I'm just turning my brain off and shooting things in front of me.
Well, this is one of those moments where ignoring the awkward and lack of engagement on the Ana, your team rotates in towards you, right? You were on an angle, and then your Rhine pins at you, and then you got your entire host of backline on top of you, and you're like, that takes probably a little bit more deliberate thought from you than you're used to giving in terms of your positioning. And so then you get thrown off. Whereas something like this is pretty easy, right? Your team, there's definitely pressure on left or here at least. So just kind of taking here is pretty like, okay, yeah, whatever. Like, I can do this, right? It's those more confusing moments that you look a little bit more uncomfortable, and you know, that's normal. Sure. It's the second step positionings that you look so indecisive, right? Like, this is all fine. This is a little far, but whatever. Okay, we move forward. Team's here. You want to deepen your rotation. Your team goes back left. This is fine. Obviously awkward with the Ana there. In hindsight, we're like, oh, I'm getting shot. Oh, whoops, I rotated too late. I don't have a blink. I need to recall out. Okay, that's all right. Yeah. But you just needed to get there sooner. Right, you just needed to get to that corner sooner and get to that angle sooner. There just needs to be a little bit more deliberate thought off of not where you're starting, but where's the next step, right? So
in that situation, you said I was playing Fark with the Hazard. I was just scared to leap, but in that situation, should I go around him? Or...
You can keep pressuring here if you'd like. You know, if you cut off the Ana here, you're scared of leap, but so what? Dodge the leap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, this is just kind of the nature, because the problem is that if he uses his leap here and misses his slash damage in the shot, that is a massive investment for him. Like, he is woefully out of position to do anything, right? So this isn't like a Hazard versus Tracer micro. This is just anything. Like, when you're playing versus a Tracer versus a tank, you need to do damage versus the tank. And if you lose to the tank, you suck, do it again, right? I mean, there's not very many exceptions to that rule. Now, if you don't have blinks and the risk is fortified, then yeah, you probably should chill. Like, Roadhog has hook, you probably need to prioritize in dodging that hook instead of just dumping damage in it. But like right now, it's like you're giving this Hazard so much respect that he doesn't even need to leap. He's having his cake and eating it too. The whole point of Tracer is that you have to put yourself into situations when if you mess up, you might die, because you have tools to survive. You get what I'm saying? Like, your entire purpose of your kit is doing things that look risky, but if I play correctly, are not risky. That's the character. So if you avoid risk, then you're not playing Tracer correctly, because there's lots of other characters that don't have your level of survivability, and so therefore they don't need to take the same levels of risk. Tracer is not one of them, right? And the irony there is you kind of force the angle, but you don't have the resources for it anymore, so you can't really do it. So more risk-taking when you have the resources and the angle to do so. It's the same thing with the Ana duel at the start. You played it correctly. You played corner. You have 2 blinks. Recall. Sorry, she loses that one. That's just, there's nothing that she can do, right? If you lose that 1v1, then you need to take it again and do it better next time, right? Because you forced a resource for free, right? You did nothing. So anytime you give yourself an advantage, you need to pressure that advantage. This is a great example right now. It's scary. Oh no, I'm, like, this far as holding this corner, so I need to be careful, right? Yeah, you need to be careful, but imagine you just stayed here and waited, right? No, you need to go. Yeah. You need to go. You forced her out, so now where do you go? And you notice it's always the least risky thing that you take, right? I don't mind this angle as a whole, but you've got pulse bomb. You have a free lane. You know where you should rotate.
I think I'm just honestly scared of the Ana and far up there.
You need to chill here for a second, wait for that next blink, but then you need to probably go. Now, I don't think this is a bad decision, but the problem is that this still feels a little bit uncomfortable. The reward isn't very high, but the risk still feels awkward. You notice this? Yeah. So I don't mind this exactly, because I guess you did do something, but for crying out loud, you've earned this lane. Use it. You do need to wait for the 2 blinks. That's correct. But you'd rather just walk away. Sure. That's like calculated risk and reward. Now you don't do as much because you don't have as much, so just kind of chill here. This is fine. This is more decisive than last time. It's just,
Okay.
you know, you just didn't have recall and you missed the pulse. I mean, this is okay. This is okay.
Surrender to my will.
Sure. That's fine. And you're backing off because you're down resources and you're down your team, so it's okay. Okay. Cap.
That was a
I
trap.
assumed, yeah, I mean, I assumed. It's fine. It's fine. Push the angle. Good. Push the angle. You have resources now, so you can push this.
I got smoked.
Yeah, I mean, you just messed up mechanically. It's fine.
Yeah.
But that's the correct play. Like when you're here and you see Tracer and you're like, oh, I have this perk. If I can get to here, I will not only full heal myself, but also get a blink back. You like this took her resources to get here. This is a 50-50 duel if you play this correctly, right? You didn't play it correctly. Did you? Wait, what?
Wait.
What?
Oh my god.
Wait, did she steal it from you?
I think so. Yeah, that's what I was saying. She stole it. and then
Yeah, I
was
mean,
like,
that's
"Oh, I'm
just a
down,
big
I just gotta
misplay
recall
from
out."
you, right? Like, I
Yeah.
legit thought the health back no ragged. I was like, okay, I'm going crazy. But no, she just stole it from you. So, yeah. But you know what? You did something. You took an angle. You read the room. You did what you needed to do. You should just rotate. Yeah, just take the rotation here. Yep. 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 Little mid-clip discipline there.
I have no idea why I recalled there watching this back.
I think you got nervous, and I think you were like, I honestly don't know. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. You just took a calculated risk and did something with it. So, honestly here, we can talk a lot about your macro right now. In terms of like, you know, where you're positioning and the decisiveness with holding your angles and being more confident with how you're moving and how you're positioning. Like even right now, like you're so incredibly late to take an angle. It's kind of criminal, right? But right now, full honesty, your mechanics are not blowing me away. They look like Diamond 3-ish, this map, Diamond 4, Diamond 3-ish. There's nothing really special to write home about. So you're going to have to perform a master class in rotations, which you're not doing either, or you're going to need to improve your mechanics. Now, this is a small sample size, so I'm not going to write home with that immediately, but I'm not loving how we're moving and playing here.
Yeah,
It's
this
not-
whole entire map just felt really awkward.
Yeah, it does. It looks very awkward. It looks like you look like me playing Tracer sometimes, and I mean that like as respectfully as I can. Where like you have good general principles of how to approach things at the start, and then as things start to get a little bit hectic, your positioning and your mechanics kind of go down the toilet, right? Like this is not bad, but then you just blink into the side of the wall here. I'm not even certain that you should be running from this duel right now because you're coming up on your recall and you have pulse. It's like blink through the guy, shoot him again, then blink through again and shoot again, and then recall, and then keep shooting, and then at that point in time, like maybe you need help, maybe you need to disengage. It's like there's like a weird amount of respect that you're giving this guy despite having resources, and then now you're in the middle of nowhere. You probably should have gotten nano barrage there and died. There's too much avoiding of pressure from you. You're running away from engagements when you have resources. So I saw the vision.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's alright. It's fine. Deal with her. This is okay. Yeah, this is fine. You're down resources, just grab the health back. Go back. He's cardiac, so ignore. Awkward clip, but you're shooting the right things. Good. Yep. Okay. It's been a little cleaner towards the end. Mechanically, it's still just not pretty, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's moments where I can tell that you're definitely thinking about your clip pausing, and it's showing moments, but your raw aim isn't good enough to be consistently masters right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to need to consistently work at this as one of your things to focus on. It's just going to work on your aim. That's it.
I don't want to make excuses, but this game in particular, I felt like my mechanics were horrendous, and
Okay.
I don't really know why.
Sure. Probably something completely unrelated to your strategical approach. If you're warming up consistently, if you're getting the same amount of sleep and playing the same amount of games, then you shouldn't really worry about it.
Okay.
So then that's where you're going to have to be a better judge than I am. If that's the case, okay. Even just the way that you're moving feels a bit odd. I want you to describe the details of how you should approach this duel right here.
I honestly just wanted to get the heck out of there with that cast.
Correct.
And get close. And so I just wanted to double blink through her and get to that mega close by.
Okay.
And then
How would you go from here?
movement wise,
Yeah.
keep shooting. I don't really know. And then
See,
like
you
that-
see what I'm saying? Like this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, right? Like when I'm talking about the mechanics, I'm not just talking about your movement and aim strictly, I guess, in terms of like your strafing. But like if you look at this from an overhead perspective, I think you'll have a better idea here. You're gonna blink once. You're gonna blink twice. Great, fine, no problem at all. But then this blink here, where does this blink need to take you? Crucially,
right into cover.
you see what I'm saying? This is the
Yeah.
kind of stuff that's going to kill you right here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's when we talk about your mechanics, whether it's your aim that we're talking about, it's like messy this game, whatever, not a big deal. But this needs to be your blink accuracy, like every single moment. Where am I going through? So then even here, so we grab the hell like okay. So then here, where does your movement need to take you?
I think I was just looking. I didn't really know when the cast was gonna peak, and was trying to make sure I didn't get headshotted by the Kiri.
Yeah, I understand, but you have a Kiriko looking at your head right now. So where does your blink need to take you right now?
Into cover or behind her. Or
Sure, right. So then when we look at this here, this is the mistake. You see what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah.
And I knew that was going to happen before I even saw it happen because I know your skill level with blinks. Your skill level with blinks right now is such that you have a general idea of when you should blink, but you don't know where.
Okay.
That's kind of what we're looking at. We saw that in the first round with a lot of your tracer duels as well. You move, but there's no strategy. There's not enough strategy with how you should move. Like you look at this here, if you were to like slow this down, where would you blink optimally right now doing this Kiriko? Where? Which direction?
I honestly don't even know, and that's probably the problem.
Right. Well, partly, it's probably more due to execution. Anything is better than what you just did, so you know that's wrong. So talk me through it.
I think if I blinked, I couldn't blink past her because I would just be in her face.
Correct. You couldn't blink past her, and it
want
wouldn't be
to.
worth blowing 2 blinks to get behind her because you'd recall immediately. So then what would you do?
I don't think I either would blink or, I don't know if I would blink because the cast is on that left corner, right?
Correct. What's the purpose of a blink in a duel?
Make them have to move their crosshair.
Can you make this character move her crosshair with 1 blink?
Yes.
Yes, you can. So then where should you blink?
Okay, just to the side of her.
Correct. You just blink here. It's not great, but it's better than standing still right now. You'd shoot here. You'd shoot half your clip. Now, the crucial thing here is if you blinked to here, what could you do with your next blink? I'm leading the
Then
question
blink
here.
through her.
Then we can blink through, right? So we can go for half of a clip. She turns the crosshair because she's not an idiot. She can do a 70-degree turn, right? Then you're going to blink through her. Then you melee. Then you finish your clip. And then if you want, you melee again. And then you can recall back out, or you can blink through her again. You get what I'm saying? Like this is
Yeah.
what's missing in when I talk about your mechanics, it's not just your aim. This is what's missing. So the way to improve this, as you could probably guess, is just to focus on this and only this. Just versus this duel with the space that I'm in right now, I need to blink to cover. I need to blink through them. I need to blink to the side of them. This is why you have to give it your full attention, because I can't tell you should always blink through targets, right? Because obviously that's not appropriate right now, because it would cost you both blinks. It's stupid. It's not going to work, right? But also, if you were here, then yes, you should blink through her. You get what I'm saying? This takes a lot of brainwave. This takes a lot of effort. And right now, under panic, you're moving, you're blinking, but partly due to your mechanics and partly due to your movement, you're doing nothing. I mean, you've been dueling for a while, and we've done about 120 damage.
Yeah.
It's a problem, right? Because it's not all about stats, but it is about pressure. And right now, this has been a 1v1 where you've not even forced a cooldown yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So I have no real problem with this angle, nor do I have a problem with you leaning in towards this side of the map. This has all been good choices from you, well done. But what you've done from here in terms of how you've blinked has resembled, not anything good. Let's just put it that way. So even here, right? So you talk me through, you've got no recall, but you have to do something right now. It's better to die now than to do nothing. So what should your approach be in this duel right now? This isn't going to work right now. So where should you go?
Probably get closer to the cast because
Sure,
everybody else is too far away.
So how would you do that?
Ideally, blink to that right wall.
Correct. So you'd blink laterally to here, and then you'd either wait for him to corner peek or you'd corner peek him. Half a clip, 10 bullets even. Then what? Next 2 blinks.
Depending on where he is, either probably blink through him.
Probably blink through him, right. And then what? It's the same pattern, right?
Yeah,
blink back, right? Blink back, duck back towards cover. This will buy you time for your 4th blink. Either cheat this again and blink through, melee, recall. At that point in time, maybe all in, die for it. I don't know. But this is kind of what needs to be done right now. Dying here is not a problem. Do something. Now, I feel like you're going to either try to cross or ego this guy because you're just not comfortable with the blinks, or you're going to blink out here and grab cover. No, you're going to blink in direct, blink out, and you've done nothing. It's not like that our situation has not improved. Now, we've improved our angle a little bit, yes, but we did 20 damage and risked our life at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So a lot of it is just movement in terms of not strafing, but how you're using blink. Oh gosh, how you're using blinks in 1v1s. It's not good. Like even this, it's not good. Where should your blink go?
I think I was just trying to get out because our tank was dead, and
so why? Right, but maybe, right? I guess. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. If you thought the fight was lost, then yeah, sure. I won't nitpick you for that. Okay. You could tell, like, it's affecting how you're playing. Because you look at this here, and you're like, okay, my team is here. I need to wait for my blinks. I got my health back. I got my blinks back. This is your time. Right? Now you need to treat this with respect, but this is your guy. So don't do this. Don't do that. Right? What should you do? You don't need to be super detail-oriented, but approximately what should be the approach?
Fight him, blink in the
Fight
cover,
him, right? Get the cure. Sit here. Blink 1. Shoot. Duck, blink through here even, right? Then blink through. And then blink through again. Get your triple blinks here. And then sit here, wait, 4th blink, right? Like, but you have to approach this. Mm-hmm. Like, this even here, right? This is scary. Like, but blinking back is bad. Where should you blink instead?
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah. Either, ideally, right.
Yeah,
through that door,
right.
He's not
Yeah,
even
you got it. You got it. You said it earlier, like, maybe this is why I don't, because I don't know. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not so sure. Like, when I've given you time, you've done fine. Tell me where to go. I agree.
Okay.
Because the problem with blinking back is that, like, we've not really improved our angle to take the duel now. So, like, we're still at a position where you're not really going to win the 1v1, let's put it that way. You're basically winning off of the fact that you're taking an angle, not how you're behaving on that angle. That was pretty funny. Did you see that?
What?
You LOS the cage fight.
Wait, what? You can do that?
I guess so. Because you were not anchored until you peeked the chain right there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just assumed I was dead. Damn.
No,
Wow.
yeah, no, that's fine. But yeah, this is fine. Okay. What do you do? It's rough, isn't it?
Yeah, I watched this back and I realized that I didn't really realize that this was becoming main, and that was
You're overthinking it, right? You need to take this duel, but you can't take this duel facing anybody, right? It always needs to be, they need to be turning to the side. It's not that this is main. This is still would be bad if your Rhine was here. You still wouldn't be looking directly at a cast on at this range, right? You need to get through the angle to get to the back line or to the side, right? This map, this is just the nature of this map, right? There's no sideline. It's either back line or front line. That's it. Unless there's just nobody here. But, so what would you do?
Ideally blink through them.
Right. So how would you start that? How would you start that? You're here. What do you do?
Really just get to that corner, make sure I know where they are, and then blink.
Yeah. Sit here and blink for a second. Yeah, it's blink. Sit here for a second. Listen, and then you have 2.5 blinks or 3 blinks, and go 1, 2, and then by then you'll have your third, and then you can go from there. Yeah, you got it. You got it. It's the little things like this, right? It's how you're moving, right? It's not the fact that you contested the angle. It's how you contested the angle. This is a hard map to play Tracer on, but yeah, you got to move better than that. Otherwise, you're screwed. Sure. Good pulse. Now, right now, you can think a little more laterally because that lane is free. So you can kind of just shoot off to the side here. This is fine. Then it's free. Then we deepen our angle. Totally fine. Good stuff. Probably not worth shooting from this distance.
Yeah. I just, real quick, I don't know what to do here because when I peek on the left, if anybody is looking at me, like, I guess you're just going to say blink.
It's your lucky day. Yeah, and that's correct.
Yeah,
so you're going to go here, and you're either going to fight this Cassidy, or he's going to be stacked over here, and they're all going to be looking at you, and then you're just going to rotate to here. Yeah. And then you're going to go from here. Yep. You shove them into the locker. That's what you do. You shove them into the locker. If there ain't nobody here, then you just keep the rotation going. That's it.
Okay. And I had no idea he was right there behind me.
Right, because it's you're where your tension was, right?
Yeah.
Right. So then now it's why it's important to do these things. Okay, let's look at your Freya real fast.
Okay. I'll just copy paste that real quick. I have a longer one and a shorter one. Or how are we gonna time?
It's up to you, man.
Okay, I'll just do this.
Up to you. Up to you.
Okay.
Got it?
That should be the right code.
Now, why this code in particular for Freya? Wait, double check this. Wait, what?
Wait, that is not.
Yeah, it says replay code not found. Yeah, that's fine.
Just
pick your time.
Here, let me just XE6 M5F.
M5F. Okay.
There we go. I didn't have a lot of codes, number one, so this was one of the 2 losses that I had on Freya over the last day or 2.
Yep, totally fine.
And I just didn't I felt like I was doing a lot, but nothing was happening.
Yep, sure. Do you have any questions with Tracer?
Right now, no.
Break me down exactly what needs to be practiced.
Number one, just blink accuracy of where I want to go. Number 2, blink locations of just like the strategy of how I want to be taking the duels.
Yep. Just everything with blinks. And specifically terms of when you go on when I put you on an angle at the start of the fight, all I want you to work on is movement. How am I moving? Do I blink through? Do I blink to corner? Do I blink to cover? I've opened Pandora's chest for you. Okay.
Okay.
You need to put all of your thought into that.
Okay.
I want you to continue to work on your training, your mechanics with your aim, with trigger discipline. I mean, even if that is a bad game, it's definitely going to serve you well.
Yeah.
And then in addition to that, for your third thing, which is very close to the blinks, is I want you to think about your rotations, not just your initial angle. So when you take an initial angle, 5 seconds later, where do I need to be? Where do I need to be? Where do I need to be? Continuing that decision-making process.
Okay. Yeah, I do struggle with that. I sometimes
that
have a
might
decent
help your
setup,
blinks
but
too.
I just don't know where to go after.
Yeah, I mean, you put yourself on the right lane at the start, and then sometimes as the fights got more devolved, things got messier. But I think by far that your biggest weakness is that you looked remarkably uncomfortable with blinks. You just looked bad with blinks, and that's like saying that I'm great with Doomfist, but I just can't hit a punch, right? Like that's a problem, right? Like that is the character, right? More so than any other aspect. So now the good news is that your initial setup on off angles and kind of shooting what's there and so on, like you knew what you were trying to do. Like you're going through the motions, and that's, to be honest with you, kind of carrying you right now. But yeah, once we get the blinks going, that's going to help a lot. It's going to take some time, but that's obviously going to be, I'm sure, a lot of fun to practice too.
Okay.
Push yourself. Let yourself just go in and work on it. Make it a mechanical duel. Make everything a death match kind of a strat, you know? Yeah, treat it like an ego duel.
So why? Because I have a hard time doing that, because sometimes if I lose that duel, I just burn recall, and then I'm not in the fight as much as I should be, so that's maybe why I'm hesitant to do that. But
yeah, because you've done nothing before that, right? Like we've looked at both rounds of Oasis, and you were doing basically nothing pressure-wise, right? Like you were technically being a distraction, but then there were moments where the enemy team would just kind of look away from you because you just weren't actually threatening anything, right? Yeah. And the funny thing is that you were just as high of a risk of dying because you're just poking. Take risks. And the reason that you're avoiding risk feels like you're scared of using your blinks aggressively to take duels from cover to corner, through, around, and that you need to jump in. You need to get your neck wet, because otherwise you're never going to get better with blinks. So, like I said, Tracer is designed to take what looks like risks, but she has get out of jail free cards ×4, right? And if you don't do that, you're not playing Tracer.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
If you die, if you mess up, that's part of the process. I don't need to say this, but I'm sure you know, like, you are going to die doing this a lot more. But I don't care. That's what you're going to actually provide probably just as much value as you were being risk averse earlier in the short term. And obviously in the long term, it's going to be better too. So, okay. Any questions with Tracer?
No.
Okay, let's look at some Freja. So your big question was, I understand the concept of the cycle. The question is what do I do between cycles? So we will look at that. Generally, the answer is like fundamentally just shoot what's in front of your screen. Okay. And I think you kind of see it here, and it's actually what makes Freja really annoying is that she is a tempo character that has a fairly decent neutral game. The problem is that her tempo is not free. Whereas you look at something like a Bastion, right? A Bastion can be clinically blind, deaf, and not have any use of any of his limbs, and yet provide some sort of serious pressure during his turret form, right? Yeah. You go for a tempo right here. And sadly, you don't do much with it, right? Like, you just didn't hit your shots. Do I have a problem with your off angle? No, it's fine. It's uniquely Freja. You took the high ground. Now, maybe your crosshair placement could have been better here. Like, a little bit more scouting ahead of time, it would have been easier to go for something like this. But honestly, that's just me being nitpicky, right? This is fine.
Well, should I be looking before? Because I usually jump up above the train immediately.
Well, you would like it. Basically, this is what I'm here. This is what I'm saying. As you walk forward, listen.
Okay.
You see where Zen is? You know where Zen is.
I did know where
you know where Zen is. So you got to ask yourself, can I peek him from this angle? I'm not saying there's a certain target priority, but obviously, like, this is kind of a tricky comp to apply a lot of pressure from at this range. Like, Echo's going to be hard to hit. And to be fair to you, you did hit a shot in her. That's pretty good. You didn't get the quite follow-up with the triple bolt, so she's able to disengage. But it's just like, it wasn't a bad cycle from you. It just wasn't amazing, right? And that's where Freja falls off. Like, if you don't get value out of those, it's not that you're useless. It's just not you're as useful. Yeah, and to give you credit, you do find value here in the neutral. I don't have any problem with what you were doing here. Okay. Probably worth greeting this, yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, this is okay. This is a reasonable first fight from you. No feedback. Pick the angle again. You can also be unpredictable with it as well, like you just peek here instead. Yeah. Remember, you're a sniper, right? Like, snipers, peeker's advantage is probably the most important thing you can have besides just good mechanics, so. Because now you're lagging a little bit behind, and then obviously your tempo is
I have no idea why I jumped there.
It's just button mashing, right? There's like, I gotta do something, and then now it's not so much. Now I can't do anything, right? I really like the way that you're aiming at least these first several shots. I can tell like you're being really intentional with the target's movement and not getting lazy with it. That's nice to see. Even that one, right? Beautiful job. Yes, good job. A little bit of a surprise there. Finish it off.
Yeah.
Good job. This is kind of what I talked about. Like, you've done a tempo and then actually hit a couple of extra shots just because, you know? It's good. Good job. Seems like it's fine to use ult in that. It's good. If you can hit it. Obviously, if you race it early, then you're just going to miss it, so just be aware of that.
Yeah, that was just lucky.
It's worth pointing out that interaction. Just I think it's important because he races. You're screwed. Most Reapers think that they can get away with it because they don't realize it does this.
Yeah.
They can't Wraith once they've been hit. It's like a grab, right? Most Reapers think, oh, I can just Wraith out of it. No, you can't. It's not like Pulse Bomb. So, which means it's great to use if you can catch them by surprise, but not so good if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all fine. Now we can just hold the angle and just spam. Those are some crucial missed shots. I'm not gonna lie on that Reaper.
Yeah.
On this, like he's moving in a straight line. We need to hit one of those, but I don't know if it will matter. Good use of your ping. Good use of your crosshair advantage. Yeah, there's just no point pushing this right now. Yeah, it's fine. Good job. I'm just gonna skip because there's nothing we need to say here. Good job.
Yeah.
Happens. Okay. Good. Good. Yes. Yes. This is going to be the most awkward part of the map because, I mean, I say that and you just get a pip kill because obviously the space is really awkward.
Yeah, nobody.
These shots are great. Good ult as well. I mean, obviously you needed to lead the shot better. Remember the rule with Bolo is like always either make sure that the target is unaware or close. You can't have both. Preferably both, but this one's fine here. But obviously you just don't flick enough. But honestly, beyond that, you did force her in a predictable strafe where if she's going to run from her ultimate, she's going to get stuck. You see what I'm saying? So either she dodges your ultimate, sorry, or she dies to your gun. She has to choose. And so you made her move in a way to where there's no way that she's
I do that sometimes. Sometimes I just like, I'm going to ult, and then if they don't, I'll just
it synergizes well with your kit because it just means it's so much easier to hit your shots. Yeah, and using it there just to make sure is totally fine. Obviously, Freya mechanics are a little bit simpler than Tracer, but your mechanics on Freya in terms of like how you're using your abilities, not just your aim, but how you're using your abilities so far seems pretty solid so far. I don't love this.
Be up here.
Yeah. You need to be pressuring this. Like, yeah. You've had this fight is starting, at least in terms of soft cycle. Like, you should have been pressuring like an hour ago. Like, as far as here, like, there's already somebody in cart. You should already be taking space here already, at least, right? Or taking the off angle here and peeking this down this angle here instead, because you're controlling no space whatsoever here, and so you're gonna both lose to a flank and allow them to walk out from main at the same time. This then is a problem. And he did the right thing too, because he got you out of dodge and then tranced himself out to safety. Like that's textbook how to use trance. And so now you've just sold your entire team here. So I don't really care what you've done here because you've provided nothing of value at the start of the fight. That was bizarre.
Yeah.
Maybe just a lapse in judgment. I'm not sure. Lapse in focus, maybe. Yep. There's your tempo. And you're, honestly, I was going to say, you're still in a position to just keep shooting her because she's just still standing on main. So, yeah, this is fine. Not your problem. Now it's your problem. Yeah, this is just a menace. Holy crap.
Yeah.
This guy is, holy crap, this guy is insane.
All game.
Like, the angle's insane. He should have died here, to be honest with you. I don't know what your Moira was doing with that orb. Did he have deflect? I just don't think he was ready for that. That's crazy. Yeah, this guy's deadlifting. He already has another trance. I don't think this fight was too bad from you. The Zen popped off. The one before was just horrendous. So, okay, let's take a look here. Good. Probably should keep an eye on that Echo there because she's the one right next to you. You could ult this, honestly. Good. Yep. Goodbye. Excellent job. Okay, so bad news is once again, I don't have any feedback for your fight that much. I think you did good. So this is your description of I feel like I played okay. Yep. So far. Yeah. The one fight that you actually trolled when you guys had map control is going to keep you up at night. But it's one game. It doesn't matter all that much. I like the angle here. Yeah. Yeah. Careful. Only feedback I would say here is this is probably why you shouldn't take this angle when it's contested like this, right? It's just not a duel that you're actually that favored to win, given she has the high ground, right? So probably just rotate out here and open up your angle from here, or open up your angle to contest from here, because, hey, if it's a Zen, at least it's something that I can take out flow. So Echo is just cancer, right? Like that, she hits stickies and it's just physically not possible for you to win. So I'm actually pleased with how you're respecting the duel. I'm just not pleased that you're forcing this angle when it's clearly contested. Be a little more thoughtful about which angle I should be taking, because obviously it's not at your advantage. The ult was fine though. The shots are fine. It's object permanence here with the Zen. Excellent. And good job. You can get him. Good. I don't know what his plan was there, but we'll take it, I guess. This angle's fine. You can just kind of hug the ceiling to your right. Or the wall to your right. Nice. Again, I really feel the intensity that you're giving with this character. Same. It's just very deliberate, and it's paying dividends. I don't know if you're like that. I don't want to be the opposite thing with Tracer and say your aim sucks and you're like, oh, it was just a bad day for me. Maybe this is just a good day for you. But my point being is
this
it's
was
not
a particular good.
Yeah, it's not just the shots though. It really feels like each shot has, like, almost every shot has a little bit of care and thought put into it.
I have been trying to do that. I don't remember what I was watching, but I was watching some pro thing, and I noticed that they were doing that a lot. And I was like, oh, I should probably start doing that.
Yeah. You'd be surprised at the number of shots that you can hit if you're really deliberate with each shot. And so this is really good. Yeah, just hold it here. You don't even necessarily need to run. I might, like, stick the floor around him and try to get some chip damage on him, because losing this angle is pretty expensive. That's just a C9. This is zero reason for you guys to lose this. Yeah. This is this might be just one of those games. I'm not gonna lie with you. Okay. Because you were heavy as lead in your Tracer game, with all due respect, but this is kind of in the alternate story here. Like, I think you played quite well, with the exception of sometimes some of your angle choices and obviously just really your positioning in some fights, not even most fights, just some fights just like brain went out the window. But in terms of like your specific question, what am I doing around my cycle? The answer is whatever you're doing right now. Just shooting kind of what's on your screen, whatever's convenient, whether that's tank or just, okay, I have some resources, I can keep pressuring this on it. Yeah, sure. You're doing fine.
Okay. And before I forget, this is really random, but how do you report glitches? Because there is a glitch where I don't know what causes it, but sometimes I cannot aim in unless I dash until I die on Freya.
Weird.
And it has lost me multiple.
Weird. I think there's a bug report on the forums. Double check to see if you can find that in the Blizzard forums, and if you can't find the bug report, you can shoot me a message and I'll see if I can forward it along. But yeah, give that a shot first. That's odd.
We can keep going too.
Okay. Yeah. All good. Just double checking. Yeah. This is, again, no complaints. Angle's good. Yep. I would definitely go for your tempo here. This angle is just too broken for you to continue.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't.
Well, that's because you're seeing things. That's why. It's like, oh, I can shoot somebody, right? But the problem is that if you hit one person here, they're almost never going to die because they're holding corner. So when you peek here, there's a much higher chance of a kill because you've denied their cover, right? So you're basically prioritizing your pressure now instead of getting a kill when that's something that you can do with updraft, right? So yeah, we're just slow. So now it's like, okay. Yeah. I mean, case in point, right? Like that Zen almost dies, even though you only stick him once. And then now we can go back to doing what we're doing right now. What I would say as well is don't migrate backwards. Stay on your position and play that position. So as they've walked through, you've backed up further and further and further. But really, this is where you want to be playing, right? Like, this is really safe for you. This little position here and this little position here is really safe for you. The problem here is that now you're in a position to where, like, you actually don't have a lot of cover. So you could get sniped out of the air, yes. But also, you don't really have a lot of offensive output either, outside of on the queen, right? So what would have happened here is instead of doing what you're doing now, hold here, just bolt spam, shoot whatever from here. Then what would you do from here?
Keep shooting the queen until somebody else walks.
You're right. And then what? Now what?
Probably updraft. Well, so I think this is... I don't know, because everybody else is in the corner, and I think I knew that there was.
You knew they're over here somewhere, right? You don't really know more than that. Okay, so like let's give you the information that you had at the time, right? Why would you not freaking hard flank this? Go for it.
I didn't even think about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like, you don't always just have to AFK hold an angle with Freya. I know you have insane range, but you can do crazy things too. Like, this is the angle that you should be taking right now. So do it.
Okay.
Right? It's uncontested. There's nobody here anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so you can do that because of the verticality here. Right? So don't run away from verticality here. Don't just AFK hold your angle and don't back off. Right? You're a mobile sniper, not a sniper only. Right? This is you going, oh, I need to be careful. No, hold the corner. This is actually more dangerous for you here, because if this Ana repeaks this, you're going to die, right? Because you're not going to see crosshair on her. And the worst part is that you're not really in a position to pressure anybody. You see this? There's nothing uniquely Freya about this angle anymore, right? You started with, as the fight evolved, you didn't know where to go, and so now we're just hovering here. I mean, literally, I prefer you dashing at the queen's face and updrafting here and praying for the best, right? This just feels gross. And it's not an accident that you've migrated back towards this position. The problem here is that you don't know how to take this duel.
Yeah.
And this is not how you take this duel.
Yeah.
Right? You have a flying cooldown, right? It's not just for peeking different angles. If you're moving, it can also be doing crazy flanks. I don't know what you're waiting for here.
I don't know what to do. So do you
this
think
is
I
it. Of course. Why not? It's a 1v1. Win the 1v1.
Okay, even with the queen coming back? Because I was just waiting.
Of course, right? Of course, but then there was a window there we could have done it, right?
Yeah.
And if you're really if you're really worried about the queen coming back, then just sit and wait, but don't do this, right? Like, decide what you want to do. Oh, he bailed on it. Oh, he should have done it. Oh, you should have done it. Oh man, because the queen's here now, right? You saw her and you still fell back.
I think I've tried something like that in quick play, because it was quick play, I didn't care, and I just got blown up, and then that made my brain not want to ever hard flank like that, but.
Well, when do you want to do it?
Wait, right there.
Right. You need to let them through the choke first. You can't walk right in the middle of them. You got to let them come out. There's a risk to that, of course. And this is just kind of going through the motions of just throwing spam, and it feels like you lost your mojo a little here. So let's see if you get it back.
Yeah.
This is fine. It's okay, that was a good try. I see the vision. Good ult. It's good ult. You could just spam. Yeah. So between your cycles, just look for something to shoot from your angle. Yeah. Good. Yep. There it is. Good job. Good job. Just updraft right back. Not sure why you're running away from that angle. Like, I know it's hairy, but like it's not that you can't contest Echo here. You just can't contest Echo if she's got the high ground on you, right? Like, you can contest basically anything from here as long as you don't get knifed. But okay, there you go. Holy smokes. Like, that should have been there at least 4 or 5 seconds earlier, right? You had the updraft. Use it. So there's not enough punishment here. Yes. Yes. annoying, but it's fine. Yes. Yes. I mean, this is... I'm not saying this is good, exactly. But it's nice to see you actually be like, oh, you know, I have mobility cooldowns. Maybe it's worth greeting for this kill, right? Is this probably smart? Probably not. But you know what? It's not like you're an idiot. She's low, right? You hit one more bolo here, or one more, sorry, take aim, or whatever the frick it's called, and then you updraft out of here, right? Like, it's just a little soon, right? I think I would have waited half a second before dropping there, but like, I get it. I get it. And you respected the off angle that you had your back to, right? This is all right. You just missed your shots. That's it. You just missed your shots. I don't think this is a mistake. Now here is where you got to start thinking what I want to do, because you've got mobility and now you've lost your angle. So do you want to go rotate around and be that guy lurking back here, or do you want to flip around here, drop to cart, rain on cart, and just updraft back to high ground? You see what I'm saying? But you need to do one of them. It looks like you're going to do this one, which I don't have a problem with. Lost your shots, miss your shots, panic.
Yeah.
And then you get pincered, right? You had to commit. So when you're here, I know you're getting pincered, which probably meant you should... I mean, the updraft is a little unlucky, right? That's a little bit lucky. But yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about, like holding the angle here. But to be frank with you, I don't think this is a bad... this is not a mistake. Like, it's fine. You did the right thing. You got your shots. You forced the copy. Your team has, sadly, no ultimates. The enemy team has 4. You're going to lose this. Yeah, you do, and then just miss shots. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Your strategy with how to play Freya has been mostly fine. My main critique would be some of your rotational and more movement style approaches to your off angling. I want you to be a little bit more creative when confronted with either an unusual map or an unusual composition.
Okay.
But in terms of how you're using your cooldowns, how you're playing your tempo, how you're using your ultimate, and at least in this game, the deliberation that you're giving most of your take aims, there's cold moments you get, if you notice, right? Moments where you lose attention and you kind of bring your focus back onto it. Keep working at that. But yeah, this was noticeably better than your tracer. Noticeably better than your tracer.
That's how I feel too.
Yeah, it definitely shows. So for Freya, just like I said, pay attention to your rotations. Pay attention to your angling when the map gives you those options. Be creative with how you're approaching things. I'm not saying limit testing brainlessly, but definitely put some thought into it. Okay, do you have any questions with Freya?
I don't think so.
Okay, pretty simple, right? Not exactly very flashy, but yeah, just keep doing what you're doing with Freya. Work more on the off angling, work more on the rotations, work more on your mobility, flexing, right? Even using your updraft to come from different angles. Tracer, a little more tough, right?
Yeah.
The starting angle is good, but you got to get comfortable with blinks. You've got to get comfortable with blinks. If you have any questions with any of this, let me know. If those questions come up in the future, you can also message me then. There's no rush. But yeah, any things that we didn't touch on in the session?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It just sometimes I don't really think I have a question, but like sometimes on Freya, I feel like I'll go for a cycle, and then I just won't hit the shots, and then I'll go back sit main, go for the cycle, won't hit the shots, and then I'm just sitting there like, why am I even going for these cycles? So I just keep
So first off, look at your cycle. Are you actually setting yourself up for success on the angle that you're updrafting? Like, you saw it in the first defense, right? Like when you updrafted over the train car, it just felt easier to hit your shots, right? Because you're top down, and you have the element of surprise. Like they're not looking there. Heck, even on the first attack, right? It was a freaking Echo Mercy Reaper. It's like miserable to try and shoot that, and yet you did fine. You hit one shot on the Echo, scared her off. She flanked around. It was good. So whenever you feel like your cycle's off, the easy answer is that, yeah, it's probably a mechanical issue, and it may often just be a mechanical issue. But you also have to look at, like, where are you peaking? Where are you updrafting? Is that where you should be doing that? Like, don't just go up in the air and shoot down. Think about it. What is the map giving me right now? Where can I go, right? It was kind of like what we were looking at on your second attack, right? When you were going left, that worked. Now everyone's there. It's not working. Seriously, think about it. Where should you be going right now?
Okay.
Don't only think about the updraft cycle. Like I don't want to use this term lightly, but I think the updraft cycle is kind of what I would like to say is an awkwardism. It's a cycle. It's a gameplay loop that you can plug and play, but you're no longer in that position anymore. You need to start thinking on your own. You need to start thinking creatively. You need to start looking for nuance, right? Because when you think about it, when I'm telling you to go right side instead of left side, where's your updraft cycle on right side? At least at the start. You know what I'm saying?
Really,
There isn't. It's not. There's nothing there, right? So you're going to have to start to learn some nuance with that, right? Where the angle might just be better, even if there isn't a lot of verticality right off the bat, right? If you think about when we're talking about updraft cycling from the flank, right, going all the way around first defense, actually the updraft cycle was more just to get to the position behind them, not to actually give you the verticality. It was to give you the element of surprise, right? So when you think about what is an updraft for, it's to give you an advantage in a duel, right? It give you an off angle, right? So updraft is a tool, but if you don't want to use the tool, or the tool, don't use the tool. It's there to help you. You're not there to serve it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so it's if you want to use it, you should. If there's a good opportunity to use it, then you should. If there isn't, you like another angle better, fine, ignore it. Go somewhere else. Don't use it at all if you don't need to. You're not married to the cycle anymore. You can understand the nuance. You're not a gold player or a plat player anymore, right? You can understand.
Okay.
All you should do at this point is ask, where should I be peaking right now? Where should I be peaking? Where can I rotate? Where can I go?
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
I think that's it.
All right, man.